morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Danielle's Weekly Book Buzz. I hope everybody's having a great week. Today, I wanted to come on and talk to you guys um, about some helpful resources. So, as you guys know, we have awesome learning tools. We have awesome books to help kids learn about different things, whether it's what is poop, what are germs, etc. So, today I wanted to come on and show you some different books that can be helpful in certain situations. Hopefully, you guys don't have to use the books and you don't have these situations happening, but if they do, there's resources to help you. So today I wanted to show you three books because in the last release of books, as well as I believe last year around June, they came out with some great resources to talk to your kids about death, loss, and illness. So I wanted to show you three books that came out that can help you speak about those topics to your kids. The first one is Why Do Things Die? This one was released in June, but it just came out officially being able to purchase like about a week or two ago. So I just got this one. So this is a Lift the Flap, First Questions and Answers, Why Do Things Die? And then we have Love from Alfie McPoonst, The Best Dog Ever, which is about the loss of a pet. Um, and then The Perfect Shelter, which is about illness, whether it's in the family or someone that you know that is ill, and how to explain that to your children. So I had spoke about The Perfect Shelter before, I believe, but I'm gonna go over it again since all these topics are similar. So The Perfect Shelter, like I'm really, really impressed with how they approach this one. This is by Claire Helen Welsh and Asa Gilland. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's a Kane Miller, England, and it's $14.99. So this is a book about a family. There's the two sisters, and they like to build forts outside in their garden. So um, at first, nobody knew it was a perfect day. It was the perfect weather to build a shelter in the woods. So the girls are building their shelter in the woods. Mom and dad are sitting there happily watching. Nobody knows that anything's wrong at this point. But then something changed. She looked the same, except she wasn't quite. Mom and dad didn't want me to worry. Your sister's just a bit tired. So mom and dad know there's something wrong with the sister, and but they're not telling the little girl because they don't want her to worry. But kids can sense things, and she is realizing that something's wrong. She doesn't seem right. Um, and then her sister eventually has to go to the hospital. Something still wasn't right. I knew it was bad because people were crying. Then they told me my sister was sick. And in the book, the author mentioned that it is technically about cancer, but she does not mention it in the book specifically because it can then work for other types of illnesses and things. So, like her dad's trying to cheer her up by baking cupcakes, and she just like she's too sad because she's upset about her sister. They go into the hospital, and then unfortunately her shelter breaks. It gets destroyed by a storm, and she's all sad, and she doesn't want to fix it because her sister's not there. And then she's visiting her sister in the hospital. You see her sister has the head wrap on. Um, and then they decide they're going to build a shelter, the perfect shelter in the hospital. So the nurse helps out and gets pillows and blankets, and then they build a shelter in the hospital. And that they'll go out again on the perfect day, but right now it's perfect right now to build a shelter right there. So really cute, really sweet story. And it really like opens up communication for you to speak to your kids about illness, whether it's a family member or someone they know or just in general. So that's Perfect Shelter. Second one is Love from Alfie McPoon's The Best Dog Ever. And this is a really cute story. I really like how they did this one as well. It's by Dawn McNiff and illustrated by Patricia Matola. It's a Kane Miller, England, and it's $14.99 as well. So this one is about Alfie McPoon's is their dog who passed away. And they write letters back and forth. So Alfie, so there's all pictures of the dog throughout the house, and she's sad because her dog passed. And then she gets a letter. It says to Izzy, the dog bed, the family room, Izzy's house near the little park. And it's from Alfie McPoons, the nicest cloud, dog heaven, the sky. Dear Izzy, I'm a sky dog now. I live in heaven because I died. And then she writes back, and then writes, Alfie McPoons in the letter says that he really misses her, but that it's like really great in heaven. There's all these dog treats, and he gets to do whatever he wants. He can scare big wolves, chase the postman, never need to have a bath. And then, so like really cute. And then he gets all his favorite meals, and he gets ice cream and burgers. And there's a lot of illustration pages. And then he writes her another letter that, he gets to play tug of war. He has lots of friends, that he misses her. And just really, really nice way to approach a loss of a pet, and how in heaven the pet is actually doing really well, getting to do all his favorite things, and that they still think of you and miss you. P.S. I love you forever. So really, really cute. Really well done. I love the illustrations. And I think it's a great way to approach that subject if unfortunately you have to with your kids. Okay, then the last one, the newest book, is Why Do Things Die? And it's a lift the flap first questions and answers. So it's a same format as all the other lift the flap first questions and answers. So this is like the second level. There's very first questions and answers, and there's first questions and answers, and then there's questions and answers. So this one is $14.99. It has all the flaps. And what I like about this is that it talks about, like, so it's telling the story through the animals, so it talks about pet loss as well as a person. So whether it's a grandparent or a family member, something like that, but it asks questions, and then you open the flaps to get answers. So it has a main question at the top: why do things die? All living things die as part of life's natural pattern. They have a beginning to their life and an end. And then there's all different questions. How do animals begin life? Some hatch out of eggs, and then there's more information there. Is a tree a living thing? How do plants begin life? Has this flower died? Is this stone alive? No, stones aren't living things. The noise came from Mrs. Mouse, who was hiding under the stone. Will my teddy die? And they explain, no, teddies aren't living things, so they can't die. They can get torn or scruffy, but we can usually fix them. And when do things die? And then it explains, I like that this one says normally when they're very old and they've had a long life, sometimes an accident or illness can make them die sooner. So, and why can't my pet beetle live forever? So really great. It's one of those with the flaps. It's got those bite-sized chunks of information, so you can read the whole thing, or you could just take a few flaps one day and then read more the next day. Is it okay to talk about dying? Yes, it can be helpful too, but it can also be difficult or upsetting, and it's not easy to find the right words. Why is everyone whispering? Are you going to die too, Mrs. Badger? Because Grandpa Badger is dying. So then they're asking, like, Grandma Badger, are you going to die too? Is Auntie Rabbit dying? Is my plant dead? What can I say to my friend? Why is my head so jumbly? And it gives you all information, which is really helpful. What happens when someone dies? Their body stops working. We have to say goodbye. It's a sad time when friends and family need lots of love. So here it's like at the funeral type of thing. Do you bury your plant? What should I say at a funeral for the pet beetle? Why are people wearing black? What is a funeral? And really good. It doesn't have any like religious. It does say that they might say have music, speeches, prayers, or poems, but there's nothing that's pertinent to a specific religion. It's just in general. Can I shout and cry and hide away? So it's all like feelings. Does my friend want company? What is grief? Should I put on a brave face? Why am I hurting inside? Why do I feel fine one day and sad the next? And then it gives you all these answers. And then we have, how can I stop being sad? Will granddad come home again? How can I remember of my friend? When will life go back to normal? Why can things feel worse at night? Which, and I feel like some of this is pertinent to other things, even like the whole COVID situation. Like, why do things feel worse at night? You may be more upset at night. And I like how it says, because your mind has more time to think sad thoughts. Try getting all snug and settled with a good bedtime story, then switch off the light when you're warm and sleepy. And then the last page is happy memories. There's a lots of ways that you can keep memories alive when someone you love dies. So it like brings it to a happy note at the end. Why have you framed that feather? Because it was important to the person who passed. Where are the flowers from? What are you making? He's making like a scrapbook. Um, where are we going? Granny Duck always loved picnics, so we're gonna go to her favorite picnic spot. What are you writing? What's in the box? Why are you smiling? It says, because you look like your great grandma when you frown. So really, really great resource. Like I said, hopefully you won't need to use it, but if you do, this is a great way to approach these subjects with your kids. So there's Usborne, Lift the Flap, First Questions and Answers, Why Do Things Die? There's a Kane Miller, um, Love from Alfie McPoon's The Best Dog Ever, about pet loss. And then finally, a Kane Miller, The Perfect Shelter, which is about illness. This one does not mention death. Um, it's just illness. It doesn't go that far. So just a heads up on that one. Okay, so you can find all of these on my website. If you have any questions or you have need any recommendations or need any resources on any other type of topic that you want to speak to your kids about, let me know. Usborne has come out, Usborne Books and More, so both Kane Miller and Usborne have come out with really awesome books about feelings lately, and they have them through the range of levels. There's board books such as What If I Know My Feelings and What If I Want to Be Kind, and there's flap books. There's a first questions and answers about feelings, and then there's the All About Feelings book, and the workbooks, Be Happy, Be Brave, all those, the Unworry book. So there's tons and tons of resources for whatever level your kids are at, in reading and age wise. So if you do need any recommendations, you want to know what ages for any type of thing, I'm happy to always answer those questions. So you can message me, you can comment on the video, send me an email, and I would be happy to help. So I hope these were helpful to you, and I hope everybody has a great day and a great week, and I will see you next week on Danielle's Weekly Book Buzz.